Hey guys, this is my explanation for double trait genetics. The big 16 Punnett square. This is doing a genetics problems dealing with two different traits. First step is to identify what is dominant over what. So in the problem it says in rabbits the color brown is dominant over white and short is dominant over long. So make yourself a key where brown and white, where capital B will represent brown, lowercase b will represent white, and short over long. I will use the S and little s to represent that. Second step is identifying the genotypes of the parents. It says that a purebred white heterozygous short. Now let's just take it one step at a time. The first color is white. In order to be a white rabbit, you have to be purebred, which is another word for homozygous recessive. Homozygous recessive, so that means it would be little b, and you are heterozygous for short hair. So hetero means different, so it would be big S and little s. Is crossed with a rabbit that is dihybrid for both traits, where di is referring to the two traits and hybrid means heterozygous. So that means big B, big S, little s. Big B, big S, dihybrid. Third step is figuring out the gametes of dad and mom. That's where we need to review the term foil. First, outside, inside, last. Dad's genotype was little b, big S, little s. So, little b, big S, little s. Now, using the method of FOIL, you're going to look at the two sets of genes. The first set of genes refers to the little b and the big S. So little b, big S. The outside genes, if you're looking at all four of them, it's going to be this little b and that little s. So little b, little s. The innermost genes is the little b here and the big S, little b, big S, and then finally the last sets of the two. So it'll be little b, little s, little b, little s. For mom was dihybrid. And using the exact same method, the first of the genes, big B, big S, the outside, big B, little s, the two inside ones, little b, big S, and then finally little b, little s. Those are the gametes that you're going to put on top and on the side of the Punnett square. So let me scroll back up here, and let me write little b, big S, little b, little s, little b, big S, and little b, little s. Moms go on the side, big B, big S, big B, little s, little b, big S, and little b, little s. Now to fill out the Punnett square. This could be tricky because you're taking this set, moving it here, and this set, moving it in there. Try to group the letters together. Like for example, big B, big S, big S. This one would be big B, big S, little s, big B, big S, and this one would be big B, big S, little s. Big B, big S, little s. Big B, little s, little s. Big B, little b, big S, little s, big B, little s, little s. Big, ooh. Little b, big S, little b, big S, little s, little b, big, little, big, little. Little b, big S, little s, little b, little s, little s, little b, big S, little s, and then little b, little s, little s. Now, make sure that you go slow so that you don't make mistakes. Obviously, I made one mistake here, and I was hopefully that I could catch it. Now, comes the part where we figure out the phenotypes for the offspring. I would never ask you to put down the genotypes just because there's so many different gene combinations. So I'm only concerned with writing down what the kids would actually look like, okay? So the phenotypes. There's only 4 possible ways that the kids could look like based on the 2 characteristics. You could have the dominant trait, which would mean brown and have short fur. Or you could have the dominant recessive trait, where you would be brown rabbits with long fur. Or you could be the recessive dominant trait, which is a white rabbit with short hair. Or you could be the recessive trait, which is white rabbit with long fur. And what we're going to do is simply count them. Now, the method that I do this is to prevent any confusion is I'm looking for the dominant pattern. So if I look through here, that is dominant. So that's 1. Dominant, 2. Dominant, 3. Dominant, 4. This one, dominant. Yes, no, yes, no, 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 no. So out of all of the rabbits, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of them are dominant pattern. Now I'll go for the dominant recessive pattern. Dominant recessive. Yes. Yes. No, 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 no. So there are 2 dominant recessive. Now I'll look for the recessive dominant trait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there are 6 white short-furred rabbits. And then finally, the last 2 should be recessive. And that's 2. So the phenotypes would be a 6:2 to 6:2 ratio on what these rabbits would look like. And that's it for double trait genetics. If you have questions, make sure you see me. Thank you.